Hello there. So last week we did the dream of Mordecai from Esther in the God sections of Esther, that is from the Septuagint, the longer version of the book of Esther. And now we're going to do, when he had the dream, but now he's going to give the explanation to the dream. And this would be in Esther 10:4 to 11:1, or one of what is called the additions. And so this is addition F to it. So, and Mordecai said, "These things have come from God, for I remember the dream that I had concerning these matters, and none of them has failed to be fulfilled. There was the little spring that became a river, and there was light and sun and abundant water. The river is Esther, whom the king married and made queen. The two dragons are Haman and myself. The nations are those that gathered to destroy the name of the Jews. And my nation, this is Israel, who cried out to God and was saved. The Lord has saved his people. The Lord has rescued us from all these evils. God has done great signs and wonders, wonders that have never happened among the nations. For this purpose, he made two lots, one for the people of God and one for all the nations. And these two lots came to the hour and moment and the day of decision before God and among all the nations. And God remembered his people and vindicated his inheritance. So they will observe these days in the month of Adar, on the 14th and 15th of that month, with an assembly and joy and gladness before God, from generation to generation among his people Israel." So that's the explanation of the dream that he had. And so using this imagery there in the face of the experience of the almost genocide that would have happened to the Persian Jews, or even the Jews in the whole Persian Empire, the Achaemenid Empire then at that time, and they rejoice, and this is the foundation of the Feast of Purim that's celebrated around the month of March, and that celebrates the deliverance of the people. And it's interesting that he sees as the little spring, which is something of not much importance, that becomes a great river, like the imagery in Ezekiel. But the image of the small spring is Esther, someone who is considered irrelevant, and then, of course, she's swept up, and in the beauty pageant, she's taken off to be the main queen by the king, the Persian king. And so it's from that position that she becomes the river of deliverance for the people. And then it's interesting that he says, the two dragons are Haman and myself, rather than saying, oh, they would be two empires clashing or something. Mordecai sees this as this imagery of these two battling dragons, sort of like Godzilla and Mothra, I guess. But that would be, so Haman wanted to exterminate the people, but Mordecai put his life on the line to save the people. And so he goes on and said, the nations are those that gathered to destroy the name of the Jews. So the nations, all these, the Goyim, the Gentiles, and here those ones who are hostile to the Israelites and want to exterminate them. He said, and my nation, this is Israel, who cried out to God and were saved. The Lord saved his people. So he did all of these things. But now we see that the Lord has gone beyond this. That yes, the Jewish people are still the chosen people. They're still, God does not go back on his word or his covenants. But now it has become Catholic. That is, it has become universal. So that God remembered his people and vindicated his inheritance. So we now are sharing in that inheritance. So it's not just now these two lots, one for the people of God and one for all the nations. No, all are called into the power of God's grace for all of this. So thank you for our little study there in the book of Esther. Bye now.